Hi, my name is John. Welcome to another Sunday night nightcap. As you're watching this nightcap now, I should be shoveling coal into a boiler and Richard sent a steam wagon while bringing it back home from the steam rally. So I actually filmed this on Wednesday night because all weekend's been busy with steam wagons, so I've had no time at all to do any video. So this week's video is like a mismatch of various bits and pieces plugged together. I'm sure you will how I find it interesting. I mentioned on the last steam engine video that I'd started off the Patrion page. I have, it's doing very well. There's a link in the description box to this video. Have a look. If you want to sponsor me or become a patron, please do so. If you don't, it'll make no difference at all to the way you see my channel. Anyway, let's get stuck in and see what we can get up to tonight. I now need to put the dome part on the dome headed boats. All I've got to go off the picture. So I've got it machined down to size. It appears to be probably a chrome plated boat, and the chrome's come off. It's quite a small curve. Now I have got a tool here that I use for making boats look like rivets. So I think possibly that might put a nice enough curve on the end of that boat. I'm going to give it a try with that. See what sort of result I have. I'm not expecting the one I haven't finished because this stuff's nasty, but I'll be able to polish it on my buffing wheel to get a nice shiny finish. We'll set this tool up and see what sort of results we can get with that. Right, I've got it set up. I'm going to nice and slow because it's going to take a really broad cut this. Certainly having the effect I wanted. Change the angle a little bit. Like that. It's not at all nice material. Certainly put a curve on it. In fact, when you look at that, it's not a million miles away. A little bit more. This is just a bit of high-speed steel. It's still got its use for making form tools. I like the look of that. And compared to the image I've got, that's pretty good. Once deragging the wire wheel will derag it quite nicely, and then I'll polish that up, I'll buff it up. Try and get a tool in the back of the edge to take the rags off that. And basically that's not looking too bad at all. Certainly a good start. To go with those special dome head bolts, I also need to make 2 3mm thick washers out of the same 316 grade stainless steel. Using a 12mm hole through them. I'm going to try not to get this hot, because if you get it hot, it sometimes works hardens and there's not nice stuff at all to play with them. going to slow that down a gear. Like that. So the gear's putting even smoke out the wood flutes. But it's in New Zealand, it's been sharpened correctly. I'm going to try and part these off. I don't know how well it will part off. I've had problems lately trying to part things off. So make sure that the cutter is at 90 degrees to the job by simply loosening it off and just letting it up like that. It's dead on centre height because I use it all the time and it will be set dead on centre height. We've got 3mm washer, so we'll put that on the end of there and move along 3mm. I think that's 3mm there. So in theory that should part off nice and true, straight 3mm. I'm going to lock up the carriage on the machine just so that can't move. There's a little bolt there that locks it up. I'm going to give it a try at that speed and see what happens. It doesn't like it. It doesn't like it at all. I don't know why it doesn't want to part it off. I'll go a little bit slower. It's not ideal. I think what I'll do, I'll put a power feed on and just go for it basically. When you power feed, it means I can keep the lube going, I can keep one hand on the clutch just to knock it out of the gear in case it decides to play the bastard and dig in. I'm trying this oil purpose of cutting oil, a lot of oil off it, it's really good. It seems to be doing the job on there. It's a bit smoky, mate, and I can put up with that. So that's obviously a nice feed rate and a nice speed to part off the stainless anticipated. John's happy. And that's a decent finish on there as well. There's a package turned up from my friend and my channel sponsor Robert Extreme Plasma. There's some parts there for my plasma cutter, some consumables, and there's also in here, I think I know what this is, in fact I'm pretty sure I know what it is. So Rob is coming up to the steam rally this weekend and I'm going to try and have one of these ready for him. Take that bastard thing out of there. I'm going to try and get one of these done for him coming up. Right, it's a hammer mould, but it's a much bigger hammer mould than the one I've already got. This is quite a substantial looking affair. There's also some handles in here. I use these lead hammers all the time in the shop. They're ideal for knocking parts square in chunks. Obviously Rob plays a much bigger parts than me, so he needs a bigger hammer. That's the one I've been using. You can see this is a real daddy of a hammer. I'm sure he sent away to America for this because you can't get them in this country. I've never seen them for sale. The odd second hand one, and they seem to make a fortune. Very simple idea, cast iron mould. One time I already tried to use my thumbnail to bend that split pin over, but I've learned the error on my ways. It hurts. Right, the handle goes in there. That clamps shut on the handle. And we'll fill it up with lead. That goes on a gas ring, full of molten lead, and you tip it up like that, and you've got a hammer. I think it's only fair that we'll go and have a bit play with it and see if we can get a hammer cast. And I'll take it down. Cook's hammer service. I like it. I'm sure I've got enough lead to fill that. I'm obviously doing this outside because the flues off molten lead aren't very good for you. Stop lead pipe. Got gloves on. I've also got a face mask on, obviously you don't want any lead splashing your face. Once this reservoir is full, that's enough to catch the hammer. There's probably enough in there now. One of the white spoons up, it's not really. Right, the moment of truth, I think. Make sure there's no water in here. Any water in there and you'll have an explosion on your hands. Not pleasant at all. Last little drop here, and you can see the lead's still very fluid inside there. It's going to take a while for that to harden. Could have done slightly more, possibly, just to. We'll give it a try. The clamp comes off, and then hopefully, carefully, the mold should open up. There it goes. Right, it has shrunk back a little bit, but that's not a bad weight. That you could do a bit of damage with that. I did put some solder in, that's why it's possibly got a slightly different colour, just so it's a little bit harder than the ordinary lead pipe, but I'm pleased with that. I could make you one if you wanted one, but it would cost a fortune to push the bastard off. Once again, it's just time to say thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and also could you share my page? It does make a big difference. I'm up to 85,000 subscribers now, and 100,000 will be very nice for Christmas. Anyway, thanks for watching.